catch all the action and hopefully be able to get a bit of an insight into who's playing, because there has been a few changes to both sides, and we'll get into those a little bit shortly. But firstly, welcoming my co-commentator, and he's had a fantastic afternoon at the Bannockburn Past Players Day already today. So he should be in fine form. He's even got his name tag on, so we know who he is. Ron Brain, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Jason. It's always a pleasure to come out to Victoria Park, the home of the mighty Tigers. And I must apologise to the Bannockburn supporters last week going against them at Eastern Suburbs, but the accurate one did it again. The suburbs did knock them off. So I hope they forgive me today, because, Jason, I might agree with you. I noticed in the program here today, and I must congratulate you on the program. It's a terrific program. And
award-winning, thank you.
The award-winning VCFL publication.
And a new section in the record today as well, Falcons News. Did you see that?
Falcons News.
Falcons News. We're covering it all now.
And it's more than a game. Who does that? There's an interesting article there about the Geelong Football Club head trainer, the images of George Clark and so forth. It was cleverly done, I must say.
Well, it's not me, Ron, so don't worry. I couldn't be that good.
Page 5. So whoever did that, it's more than a game. Congratulations. Quite humorous.
I was happy with the first article, but I wasn't very happy with the second article, actually.
I didn't quite get that far.
Oh, I'm sure you didn't, Ron, but I'm sure you can read it a bit later.
Yeah, I will. And I noticed you've gone Bannockburn 11 points. The chairman selectors in Mickey Hickleton, I had pleasure with having a chat to before the game today over at the Past Players Association, and the Past Players Association president in Jack Turnley assures me that it is a big day for Bannockburn, and a lot of the old past players are here, and we welcome them to Victoria Park and hope that they enjoy their day profusely, and maybe don't drink too much, but just enough to get them through the afternoon on a very happy note, and so the Tigers hopefully get over the Centurions here this afternoon.
So for the first time this season, you're actually going with me on a call. I can't believe it.
Well, Jason, I'm that far in front now.
You are?
I can afford to maybe stick with you at this stage.
Do you know what? You want to know how many you're in front? One.
Thanks very much.
You're one in front. Now, the umpires this afternoon, and with a couple of interleague games going on, there's a bevy of umpires, experienced umpires, and we've got two of them this afternoon. Mark Nolan and Mick Zeljovic are in the middle this afternoon for this match of the day here at Victoria Park. Luke Walsh and Adrian Stapleton are joining them on the boundary line. Felix Schultz and Chris McMillan are in the goals. So we wish the men in white all the best this afternoon. And there's also been a couple of changes to both sides. Matt Pilgrim is back in the side for Bannockburn, so we'll again give a little bit of life to the Tigers midfield, which last week, Ron, just lacked a little bit after half-time, especially with a couple of their playmakers just not seeing enough of the footy. So he'll be a welcome acquisition. And Jason Habib back in the side also to play on a half-forward flank. He's been named. And for the Werribee side...
You've missed one.
I've missed one.
That's 69 Guernsey, mate.
Nappies is back. Troy
Nappies
Colliger
is back, my mate. And if he doesn't get best on ground today, well, I'm not here.
Oh, well, you've already given him 3 votes there.
Yeah, I love him. He can play the game. He is the coolest, cleverest country footballer going around at the moment.
And 2 changes to the side selected in Friday's Geelong Advertiser from the Werribee side. Sean Stewart and Kevin Warwick are out. Kevin Warwick out of the side was named at full forward, and Sean Stewart, who was named in the ruck, is actually getting married today. So there's a couple of guys out of the side. Carl Smith and also Scott Johnson are out of the side because they're in the wedding party.
Big loss. Well, Scotty couldn't play anyway because he got
That's
the wrath
right.
of the tribunal last week. And I told you, Scotty, you shouldn't keep doing what you're doing. Very hard at it, Scotty Johnson. I love him dearly, but he got caught last week and copped 2 weeks.
So 2 changes to the Werribee side. Mark Bernardo is in the side, and a welcome return to Chris Delaney. It's great to see him back in the Werribee side after a crippling knee injury. He's back in the side, and we wish him all the best for the rest of the season, also for the Centurions. So it's going to be a great clash. We're just about ready to start. Umpire Zeljevic's got the ball in hand, and Glenn Height will be doing the ruck work at this first centre bounce for the Centurions up against Nigel Tresize, who's been a fairly consistent contributor so far this season for the Tigers.
Yeah, Donut Starlow in the middle too, the 44 Guernsey. She's built like a German outhouse. He'll upset a few here this afternoon at Victoria Park. Don't you worry about that. Take the call away, Jason Doherty.
Start of GDFL round 7 match of the day. Tresize goes up early, but Height gets the tap down to Barry Delaney. Gets his left foot to it towards centre half forward. Coming out quickly, Buck, and a big job this afternoon for Broad. Buck's going to have a bit of a chance here because he's been shepherded, but Broad works very hard, 1 against 2, then gives a free kick away, pushing the back. And Heath Buck from about 45 metres out on the boundary line. We'll have
very talented youngster, Jace. Heath Buck, he's kicked 25 goals A real opportunist in front of the big sticks, wearing the number 16 Guernsey this afternoon for the Werribee Central's Centurions. He's kicking from, as you said, 40 metres, pretty tight angle. He's just tried to poke that. He didn't kick through the ball at all. And he's paid penance there and is well offline.
So the first score on the board this afternoon in the match of the day, it goes to the Centurions. They're one behind on the LBW Chartered Accountants' first quarter scoreboard. Steve Delahunt kicks into the outer side here at Victoria Park. Good kick too, and found the hands of Nathan Clyde and gives it off to Kevin Connors, who's back in the side after missing last week. And a good kick by him. Finds Butch Shaw on the wing, takes a mark and plays on quickly. And there's been a kick down the field there. And I think it was for a high tackle, but we're just having a look. Play has stopped. And umpire Nolan will pick the footy up.
Getting very close to tax time too, Jace.
It is, Ron.
One of our major sponsors, LBW Chartered Accountants. They'll take the stress and worry out of your life.
They certainly will.
Commonwealth Bank Building, Rural Street there.
That's where they are.
Level 4.
Back in play. It was a boundary throw in at half forward for the Tigers. Darlow runs at it. Can't pick it up on hands and knees now. Handball from East. Serviced Harding but couldn't take it with him. Henderson straight through the pack. Kick smothered. Still there at centre half forward for Werribee, just inside the centre square. Pack develops. Umpire Nolan to come in and bounce the ball with about 15 players around the ball.
Yeah, well, the injuries to Vilsons, a big loss for the Centurions. Very small, both sides, aren't they, in height?
They are. It'll be a running game this afternoon. One of them, Spicer, he gets his kick long towards full forward. Luddick against Delahunt. Delahunt taps it through for a rush behind to Werribee. So a new look, full forward line there with Luddick at full forward. Kicked 5 goals last week, so he's in form and is in the Raiders Interleague squad. And training very well there as well, so he's having a good season. Delahunt to kick in again. Goes short this time to Broad, who is in a familiar role at centre half back this afternoon. And looks to suit him better, Ron, than centre half forward last week.
Oh, without a doubt. No place like home, Jason. As the kick from Stevie Delahunt wasn't a good one on his left foot, but he found a rough Robbie and beautiful foot. He picks out the big fella in Christian Shaw. Low trajectory drop punt to brother Clinton. It was okay. Steady down Clinton from 40. Oh, he's mucked it up. Terrible kick off the boot. Had all the time in the world. Could have had a donut as well, but he didn't do it. And he's kicked it right across the face of goal, right in front of the past players enjoying the hospitality. And have a look at the runner. Ho-ho! He's moving like a gazelle. Oh, Ronnie Pilgrim.
Ronnie out this afternoon with a knee injury, so he's doing a bit of running. Toolman from the ruck work. Got the ball, kicked it quickly, and it's going to be another boundary throw. Toolman in the forward line today with Broad back in defence. And Clyden has the big job on David Matheson at centre half back. Troy Shaw up the ground a little bit from his full back position from last week. Boundary throwing in the Tigers forward line. Josiah's up early, height from behind. Barry Delaney at the front of the pack against Butch Shaw, who's seen plenty of the footy already in the first couple of minutes of this game. Can't keep it in, and the boundary umpire to have a little bit more work to do in front of the Bill Keldo Pavilion here at Victoria Park.
If I was involved in coaching Bannockburn today, I'd be saying to Butch Shaw, the game hinges on your performance here this afternoon, because he's a champion and can win games off his own boot. Some great defensive football there from the Centurions. Gareth Buck, the big full back, picks the footy up now after knocking it away, but chipping in. Lovely grab. That looks like Nathan Rose, I think you'll find. Out there at half forward, chips it into the lead. A good one too. Matty East was well down there. I hope he kicks the first goal, because I'll win some money. But no, he can't. Oh, umpire, was it a high tackle? No, the ball is gone. And my opportunity to win $20 has gone begging.
Unbelievable. Boundary throw in. It's going to be on outer side centre wing here at Victoria Park. Werribee Central's 2 behinds. They lead Bannockburn, who are yet to post a score this afternoon. We've been playing 4.5 minutes in the first term on the Bannockburn Sporting Trophies time clock. Throw in, Josiah's in front, height from behind. Josiah's double fister okay to Kevin Connors. He's out of the pack and goes with his left boot long. Clinton Shaw runs back there. Can he trap it? He had it for a second, but then couldn't take it with him, and it's going to be a boundary throw in.
Good to see Chop Connors back in the centre for the Bannockburn Tigers. Was missing last week through injury, and possessions are plenty for Chops Connors this afternoon. The Bannockburn people will be hoping.
They certainly will. Boundary thrown about 20 metres around from the Bannockburn goal. Werribee kicking just with the aid of a breeze in this first term to the left of screen for our guest video watchers, or to the northern end. Comes out the back of the pack towards Colliger and also Harding. Harding works back to Matty East. He's outside 50, goes on that familiar left boot. Tugs it around his shoulder, goes towards Perkins in the middle of the pack. Can't get a second grab to it. Galauka short is okay. Edgar, he sits and takes a mark. Got one high there just as he took the mark. And he takes a while to get up. And he's still on his knees, but he gets up now.
Could have just copped a little finger in the eye there. An accidental one, of course. And he's not too good.
Got up a bit gingerly. Robbie Edgar, who's been in good form also this season for Werribee. In between the back pocket and half back on the outer side. Goes towards the wing, looking for Matheson in the middle of the pack. Can't take the grab. Pack develops around him. Darlow's in there working hard as well. It comes out now at the back of the pack. Okay, East gives it to Henderson. He gets wrapped up. Does he? Too high. Height there. Around Henderson's shoulders. He plays on quickly, goes towards centre half forward. Edgar stands in front of Toolman, can't take the mark. Toolman can't get a hand to it either. Shaw tried to get back onto his left boot, and it was too slow there. Play on advantage. It's okay. They get away from half back Werribee now and go along towards half forward. Wentworth, though, stands his ground. Takes a mark. Spicer had to make up some ground. Couldn't do so. And Paul Wentworth at half back.
Good umpires here this afternoon too. GFL umpires with about 700 games between them, two in Mickey Zogjevic and Mark Nolan. As the Tigers now, Troy Colliger fans Jason Habib at centre wing members' side. Looks to the centre of the ground. It's not a good kick, but chops. Connors does well. Stands his ground, bounces up like a little butterfly. Bangs it across. Christian Shaw, can he kick the goal? Oh, he has, and you've cost me money. I wasn't on him. Great goal, Christian Butcher Shaw.
Well, he would have had 6 or 7 possessions already, I would think, in about 6 minutes of play. So he's certainly been influential. And he puts Bannockburn's first score on the board. And it is a goal. They lead 1 straight goal, 6 points. Werribee Central's 2 behinds on the LBW Chartered Accountants' first quarter scoreboard this afternoon here at Victoria Park. It's GDFL Match of the Day, round 7.
Certainly is. Bannockburn Sporting Trophies time clock. 8.5 minutes gone of this first quarter. LBW Chartered Accountants' first quarter scoreboard. 6 plays 2. Bannockburn's favour.
Through the middle, Height out of the ruck contest. Followed it up only as far as Clyde at centre half back. Gets a clearing kick away back in towards the centre of the ground. Running with a fly of the ball. Kennedy, good courage, good guts. Took a good mark just on the defensive side of the centre square. Goes with his left boot out wide. Good kick too. Measured the pass nicely and found Height on the point of the centre square. Well, it's going to be reversed now. Hyde obviously just a little bit of an elbow there to Connors as he took the mark and tried to get Connors away. So Chops, the assistant coach, will take the free kick at half back. Goes wide, looking for Roweth and takes a good mark.
Good
second in line. And Rowie's had the haircut for us too this afternoon.
Yes, immaculately dressed as well this afternoon is Darren Roweth. His low trajectory drop punt, a good one. Clinton Shaw, who was terrific last week, starting off where he left off last week. Good footy, but his kick on this occasion, not a good one. And Gary Toolman.
Yes,
given away. Bombshell a little late and a little high on that tackle after. That looks like Glenn Height again. And Raps on this kid, he can play footy, got a bit of size about him as well. With possession, 50-metre penalty, dinged him to centre half forward, let himself down with the kick, dragged off the ball, but now I reckon the call should have been play on there because he had it and then let it go.
Didn't really have much control, did he?
No control, but he was dragged off the ball, the umpire said, held without the footy, but he had it and let it go. The rule states you've got to use it by hand or foot. He didn't do either, yet he's got the free kick.
He has. It's 30 metres out, slight angle. Chance for Werribee's first goal. Heath Buck kicked 25 goals so far this season, and it's a fairly good kick off the boot. It's straight through the middle. Good kick by Heath Buck for his first goal, and Werribee's first as well. They regain the lead. Werribee Central's 1-2-8. Bannockburn 1 straight goal. 6 points on the LBW Chartered Accountants' first quarter scoreboard. And we've been playing 9.5 minutes on the Bannockburn Sporting Trophies time clock there on screen. Heath Buck, the goal kicker for the Werribee Central side.
Yeah, interesting start to proceedings this afternoon, and as we've mentioned already, important players from both sides missing, but so far a good contest.
Paul bounce in the middle of Victoria Park, goes to Spicer coming off the half-forward flank, goes back towards Buck and Broad again, who'll have a big contest this afternoon. And Broad goes for the safety of the boundary line and finds it about 35 metres around from the Werribee Central's goal. So another chance for the Centurions after that goal from Buck. And the ball is over the lines, over the fence, so the boundary umpire can't leave the arena. So the ball's picked up quickly by Andrew Hawkes and boundary throw-in. Clyden do the ruck work for Bannockburn. Matheson for Werribee. Clyden gets his hand to it. To the front of the pack, there's Hawkes. Can't control the footy. Spicer on hands and knees. Falls towards Christian Shaw again. Butch turns around onto his left boot. Goes towards the wing. Height, good thump away. Edgar Ovewell at the front of the pack. At half forward, pummels it back in towards Matheson and Clyden. Good work, Clyden, in the middle of the pack. Spicer, quick left foot kick. Does it bounce the right way? No, it doesn't. And one behind for the Werribee Central side.
Great roving Bradley Spicer, former GDFL representative player.
So 1-3 plays a goal, 3 points of difference. Della Hunt kicks in again to the outer side and finds Connors. 40 metres out from the Werribee goal. He goes on that left boot towards Clyden, who got in front of Matheson again. Butch Shaw at the front. Can't take it off Matheson. Pack develops around those two now. And just on the attacking side of centre wing for the Centurions, there's going to be another bounce down. 1-3-9 plays one straight goal. Werribee have the advantage at the moment by those three behinds. Ball up. Tresize gets his left hand to it. Goes towards Edgar. Tresize gets it back down. Gets wrapped up by Bernardo. Goes to Rose. Then out of the pack east. Works very hard. Always got a bit of time to do something. Gets around 1 and 2. And goes with his left boot wide towards Shaw again. Punched away by James Lee. From Clinton Shaw on centre wing. On the outer side, we're going to have another throw in. Big crowd at the past players' luncheon today, Ron, was there?
Yeah, terrific crowd. A couple of people missing. Stan Messenger, a missing patron, but I'm sure he'll probably be... He missed the bus. He must have had a late night last night.
He might have got caught at the fines for or something.
Possibly.
Back in play now. And goes to Christian Shaw again. Left foot kick this time is wide and out of bounds on the full. So penalty free kick. Just on the defensive side of centre wing on the outer side for the Werribee Central side. Morley goes towards Matheson. Got away from Clyden. So this should be a good clash this afternoon at centre half forward. Matheson and Clyden at centre half back. He goes for the lead of Buck. Broad from behind. Good thump away. Got a bit of help too. Wentworth just goes for the safety of the boundary line. He'll follow it up with Spicer. And they'll see it over. About 55 metres around from the Central's goal.
Yeah, the old Chicken Hawk, Wentworth, very, very consistent footballer, and
some great matchups this afternoon, isn't there?
There is. Him and Spice will have a great tussle there. As we see now, Troy Colliger. Likewise, there was Troy Shaw, but couldn't control the footy. It's out of bounds right in front of the Mowers Galore scoreboard, and I must say, it's a very nice scoreboard here at Bannockburn now. Quite clearly legible. Quick hands back of the pack, opportunity Kennedy, right foot kick, non-preferred side drop short, ooh, could have been a high tackle but fisted away. The intention was the ball, so the umpire's giving the benefit of the doubt. Good umpiring there from Zaljevic. Loose ball now, kicked into the forward pocket. Can they pick it up? But Nathan Rose runs after the footy for the Tigers, but he can't control it, and we'll have a boundary throw in. It's in the right forward pocket, about 25 metres from the Bannockburn goal.
Thrown in, Matheson. And Clyden gets both hands to it towards Colliger at the front of the pack. Got his kick away too, but only as far as Edgar. He's at 25 metres out. He measures the kick, and it's a pretty good kick off the boot as well. And that's a goal. Good kick too. From nearly a standing start. And Robbie Edgar has put his first on the board, and Werribee Central's second. They're 2-3-15. They lead Bannockburn one straight goal on the LBW Chartered Accountants' first quarter scoreboard. And we've been playing 12.5 minutes on the Bannockburn Sporting Trophies time clock. A good finish, Robbie Edgar.
Yeah, a slight breeze to the left of screen, or the Melbourne end of Victoria Park here, so it's probably worth maybe 2 to 3 goals, and at the moment they're leading 15 points, plays 9.
15 plays 6, Ron.
Did I say 6?
Yeah, you meant 9 points of difference, though, didn't you?
That's right.
I knew what you did. I knew what you meant. Out of the middle again, goes towards Christian Shaw. Him and Roworth, they could have raffled the footy, and they both lost the raffle on that occasion. Henderson and Darlow, two of the biggest men in GDFL footy. Hendo got it now. Handball back to Connors. Just floats it. He gives it to Matty East, who's getting kicks again across the midfield. Goes wide towards Rose back in the centre. It's a race on him and Bernardo. Bernardo bumps Rose off the ball, then trips over Rose, keeps his feet. Then got tripped, but there was no free kick. Works hard. Shaw back towards Colliger, and also Wentworth through the middle. Galauka can't take it with him. Spicer got the footy out. Little kick off the ground. It's out towards centre wing now. Rose is going to be shepherded by Troy Shaw. He picks it up, then gets wrapped up by Galauka. Got his kick away. Does Barry Delaney keep it in? No, he can't. And it's going to be a boundary throw in on the outer side centre wing. So
Mickey,
both sides working hard in the middle there.
Yeah, Mickey Galauka there did some good body work, likewise Troy Shaw for the Bannockburn side, and it's going to be who can sustain the pressure. And at the moment, Werribee Central's 9-point leaders. Early stages of this first quarter. GDFL a match of the day at Victoria Park, Bannockburn. Ball is now kicked to the members' side centre wing position. Wentworth copped the high one from Spicer. Didn't phase him. He played on quickly because he's got Toolman at half forward by himself. Now, gets around one, steadies. Kicks it back in there looking for Habib underneath the footy. Used his body, but then Spicer overran the ball, allowed Habib back in. Wentworth pushed in the back. Tries to control it, taps it out now to where Chops Connors with strength. Picks the footy up, good boy. Goes up high. The ball held up at the breeze.
Oh, good hands.
Shaw, yeah, good hands to Habib. Back to where Clinton Shaw should have kept going, but went backwards. But good enough to get composure to Butch Shaw, his brother. Gee, they're mucking around with it a bit, aren't they?
They are. East has got it. Got a high tackle from Hart. No free kick. Kennedy's kick smothered. Tresize, the big man, gets wrapped up. And gets the footy away, though. He's wrapped up there by Scriptor Q. It's still 30 metres out. College of handballs this time to Habib. Turn around, kick the goal, will ya? He turns around and kicks a point. And they muffed it up across half forward there, the Bannockburn side. Just too many handballs, I think, there.
Yeah, handballing to people in the worst position.
Yep. Habib turned around, kicked it off one step, but couldn't screw it around far enough, so one behind. Bannockburn 1-1-7. Werribee 2-3-15 LBW chart accounts. First quarter scoreboard. Buck kicks into the outer side. Good kick too. Tresize in front. Height from behind. Roved at the front of the pack. Coming in Harding. Good bump by Bernardo. Didn't take the ball though with him. Connors gets around onto that left foot. Screws it around the corner. Height. Handball is okay. Sets up Delaney. He goes long towards Matheson at centre half forward. Good punch away. Clyden. Roved at the front of the pack. Troy Shaw. Just a soccer style kick back towards the wing. And Werribee, Darlow's kick smothered. So the Bannockburn side are working hard. Oh, Matty East just to the safety of the boundary line, was it? It was holding the ball. He's just dropped it, umpire Nolan said, so it's going to be a free kick. Bernardo to take it on centre wing for the Werribee Central side.
Yeah, good pressure again there from the Centurions. Darlow. Opportunity now, left foot kick up there. Morley, was it? Nice looking kick too, up to half forward. Quick hand Spicer was good. It looks like Buck was clever as well, and Robbie Edgar he's picked out there in the right forward pocket. Kicking from about 35 metres out. He'll have a set shot at goal. 45-degree angle. Breeze coming over his left shoulder. He's already kicked a nice goal. Early stages of the term. This is the first quarter. The drop punt, it floats. I think you'll find it's floated to the right side of the big stick. It has. 1-1 off the boot of Robbie Edgar for the Werribee Central side.
So it's 2-4-16 Werribee. Bannockburn 1-1-7 on the LBW Charter Accountants first quarter scoreboard. Hope you're enjoying the call on 94.9 Guest FM if you're around Victoria Park this afternoon for round 7 of the Geelong District Football League. Dallahunt kicks in short to Harding, who got free and takes the mark in the members' side back pocket. Plays on now, goes towards the wing. Toolman and Clyden give him the lead. Toolman couldn't take the chest mark, punch away by Morley, and it's going to be a boundary throw-in just on the attacking side of centre wing for the Centurions. It's going to be Matheson and Clyden to do the ruck work. Clinton Shaw also there in support for the Tigers. And over the back, Shaw couldn't get a hand to it. Falls to the front. Dallahunt now. He's going to get wrapped up. Oh, that was nearly a throw. He follows it up. Habib straight through without the footy, though. Hawks kick around the corner. Spicer and Harding. Harding knock away. Good too. Back towards the centre. Delaney and also Wentworth. Wentworth got it to Roweth, who runs through the middle of the pack and goes wide towards half forward. Habib, can he keep it in? No, he can't. Good kick for touch because he's found it. It's out of bounds at half forward for the Tigers.
Yeah, good vision there from Roweth, under a bit of pressure, but the kick was just a little bit well weighted there for the outstretched hand of Jason Habib. Great ruck work there from the 46 Guernsey was in front there, and that looks like Harding, the Rover, doing some ruck work. But again, the Centurions of ground level are doing well, and the Stripper takes the footy, goes there to centre half forward, and coming out taking a fine mark for them, David Matheson. Goes
wide towards Galauka, who's made his way down from the back line. He's inside 50, handball backwards to Hawks. They're going to put him under a bit of pressure. Gets around Roweth. Oh, good play, Nathan Rose. Could have got a free kick, none forthcoming. Harding gets away from the Galauka tackle. In fact, it was too high, and he's going to take a free kick on the outer side, half-back flank. So, Ricky Harding to relieve the pressure for the Tigers. Got a couple of leads on. Toolman gives him one from centre half forward. And he goes in that direction now, a bit longer towards Habib and also Shaw, but taking a good mark, Glenn Height. And is that 50? Yes, it is, for the push afterwards. So a bit of undisciplined play there from Habib. And Glenn Height will take the ball now from centre half forward instead of centre half back. And it's a fair 50 too. So he's going to be kicking from 40 metres out, directly in front. Chance to kick Werribee's third goal. And the big man who started in the ruck in the absence of Sean Stewart, who's getting married this afternoon, and also Brenton Vilchins, who's injured. He lines up. His kick is going to fall short. In fact, it's wide, and one behind for the Werribee side. So they go to 2 goals 5, and they certainly won't want to waste any opportunities with this 2 or 3 goal breeze in this first term. They're 2-5-17. They lead Bannockburn 1-1-7.
It proved very costly for the Bannockburn reserve side, who had more scoring shots than Werribee Central's reserves, but were beaten by 20 points.
Dullahunt to kick in. He elects to come wide towards Henderson. It wasn't actually supposed to go there, but it goes to Rough Robbie anyway. He got a hand to it, and then Spicer got a little foot to it, but it wasn't out of bounds on the full. It's going to be a boundary throw-in at half forward. Our technical producer, Brett Rovier, thinks it was. He's got the camera lens, so he would have been able to see, but it's a boundary throw-in anyway. Matheson and Tresize, Darlow, they line up for the ruck throw-in. East now, wrapped up by Spicer, then gets away, shepherded well by Clinton Shaw. Handball, services Rose, runs through the middle on his left boot, goes short towards, well, 2 knee victims here, Delaney and also Colliger, and Delaney wins on this occasion, gets his hand away to Galauka. Him and Roworth are going to have a great tussle also this afternoon. Well pushed back, Colliger, can he get away from Delaney on this occasion? He gets the ball away. And it comes back towards Galauka, runs into his own man, gets a kick away on the wing position towards Hawks, who leads in the race for the footy. Kick around the corner towards centre half forward. Clyden leads Matheson. He doesn't pick it up cleanly though, and coming at him, Brad Spicer works hard. Good play too, and a great hand. Services Matheson at 50. There's 2 out, Buck and also Luddick. The kick goes wide. Buck can't keep it in. And it's going to be a boundary throw-in just around from the Werribee Central's goal.
Great play, Brad Spicer there. Used his body to perfection and then finished off with some very clean and concise ball handling. Shot the pass out, but the kick from Matheson just caught it on the instep, I'd say, on the inside of his left foot, and he's kicked into the right forward pocket out of bounds.
Matheson plucks it out of the ruck, turns around on his left boot, and might have kicked the goal. That's a great piece of ruck work from David Matheson. And puts it through the middle for his first, and Werribee Central's third. They go to 3-5-23, and they lead Bannockburn 1-1-7 on the Landers Bull and Wisbowski Chartered Accountants. First quarter scoreboard here at Victoria Park this afternoon.
Advantage of being big, Jason, and getting in front. I think that's probably the appropriate thing. He sacrificed his body, took the front spot, clinched it out of the air as the reserves, or the interchange players for the Bannockburn side warm up. It looks like Lincoln East, Matty Pilgrim and
Stephen Gadd.
Okay, so obviously just a little subtle threat for players on the ground for Bannockburn.
21 minutes gone in this first term. East gets it to Wentworth. It was a leg, and it should be advantage. Oh, no, it's not. It's coming back, and it's going to go in short to East. So it was his free kick. And, well, because of the trip, it is 50. Umpire Zeljevic moving Matty East down, and he'll be in within scoring distance now because he's going to be inside 50 at about 40 metres out. Matty East playing on the wing this afternoon. Him and Christian Shaw seeing a lot of the ball in this first term.
This will be a good test, Jason.
Yeah.
That breeze.
Yep. East on his favoured left boot. Measures it beautifully straight through the middle. Quick reply
now,
for the...
I wonder if there's any prizes for the second goal kicker.
I don't think so,
I was
Ron.
on him.
I don't think so, Ron. Sorry, mate.
I've missed out again. That's the story of my life as the chairman of selectors from Bannockburn just raises a big smile towards me and Michael Higginson, and I'm not happy.
You're unbelievable.
Good goal, though.
Good goal. Good
That
quick
went through
reply.
three-quarter post high.
There's not much wind advantage out there, is there, Ron? I don't think.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Fairly penetrating kick, though.
Bloody cold up here.
And it's bloody cold. There you go. So second goal, back to the centre. Barry Delaney works hard in the middle of the pack, gets a handball out towards Scripticue, puts it out in front of him. Does it sit for him? Yes, it does. Butch Shaw coming at pace, but he got his kick away. Clyde chops it off. Good play by him. Spicer, hands only as far as Broad, can't pick it up. Under pressure from Luddick and also Matheson. Pushed out the back towards Clyden. Handball, good play, College to Wentworth. And they're out of defence, go towards the wing. Shaw and Scripticue. Scripticue takes it in front. And Peter Scripticue on centre wing will take the mark and push the Centurions back into attack. The Chicken Hawk, Wentworth, can't take the mark. Matheson 1 against 3. Clyden, who's worked hard against him. They've had a good tussle, keeps it in there. And it's going to be a ball up at half forward for the Centurions.
Dave Matheson, Werribee Centurion, is using his body to advantage again. This time up against, looks like Tressard as it was. Ground level, Rose, hand pass to Troy Colliger, a little wide.
Good tackle.
Great tackle on Edgar for the Centurions. Lost the footy. Spicer was there and was well collared as well. Donut Darlow comes in. That's Craig Darlow, of course, the centreman. And he was wrapped up as well from a good tackle there by Clinton Shaw. Bounce down now, just forward of the centre-half forward position, Centurions into attack. Height
got it out of the ruck work, but Rose couldn't take it with him. Edgar, handball to Barry Delaney is okay. Delaney gets his kick away. Clyden at the back. Takes a saving mark. Kick around the corner towards Spicer. He was looking for Wentworth. Spicer services Barry Delaney now. He's at 50, goes with the left boot. It's one out, Luddick, and also Delahunt. It's a push against Luddick.
The ball went through for a goal.
It did. But it's going to be a free kick in the last line of defence for the Tigers. It's Steve Delahunt to take it. And he's motioning to his players up the ground to move. So Rose does, and also Tressard. Darlow comes across. Good thump away, Darlow. And it falls towards Andrew Hawkes, who runs backwards, gives it to the big man, Height. And he goes with the right boot around the corner. Good kick too, good distance. One out, Buck, and also Broad. Broad kept his eye on it and made sure it didn't go anywhere near the goals. And it's out of bounds on the opposite side of the Centurions' goal. They lead 3-5-23, Bannockburn 2-1-13 late stages of this first term. And Brett Rovier, you won't sell me the gloves, it's not that cold yet. Luddick is being spoken to by umpire Nolan. It's going to be another boundary throw in. The boundary umpire had thrown the ball in, but he will do it all over again. Matheson and Clyden are both fall over at the crucial stage. In there, Scripticue. Henderson gets the hands away. Free kick for a hold. Henderson got the ball away and then was held onto for just a little bit long by Buck. So rough Robbie in between fullback and centre-half back to relieve the pressure for the Tigers.
27.5 minutes gone of this first quarter. Bannockburn Sporting Trophies bringing us to time clock here this afternoon. As the kick now out to the outer side of the ground sees Gary Tillman under a fair bit of pressure. He couldn't quite hold the overhead mark there from Robbie Henderson. And the umpire had marked Nolan, who'll bounce down in the right half forward flank, 50 metres now from the Werribee Central's goal. 23 plays 13. Centurions in front.
Kick around the corner, Scripticue looks for Buck in front of Broad. Good thump away, Broad. Buck tried to mark it the second attempt, couldn't do so. Henderson measure the pass over the top to Wentworth, who has 50 metres if this ball sits for him. Oh, it doesn't though. It does a backward flip. Hawkes comes at him at pace. Now he's got a bit of a chance. It was 1 against 2. Shaw, good tackle, and saw it over the boundary line. And a bit of bad luck there for Wentworth.
Unbelievable how that football can sometimes make you look very ordinary.
Poor old Paul Wentworth had 50 metres in front of him and probably knew about it too. He had a look up but couldn't take it with him. Rose wrapped up after the ruck contest. Troy Shaw, he wraps up as well. Falls towards Hawkes. Good tackle, Clyden. Off the ground, Luddick soccer style. It's chopped off though and it's still in there 10 metres out from the Werribee goal. And umpire Nolan to come in and bounce the ball down once again. So big pack around the ball, up, goes towards Hawkes, double fister. Clyden runs straight through, had a good first term, goes towards Butch Shaw, gets away from the Kennedy tackle, takes a bounce, confidence from the back line, goes wide towards Toolman, gets away from Morley, takes a mark, one to play on quickly, had Rose, then he goes short inboard towards the big man Tressard. Oh, plays on Darlow, gets around him, coming at him Delaney, but he gets his kick away towards centre half forward. Coming back, Hart can't take it with him, Roworth can't do so also. Free kick could have been for a push in the back, none forthcoming. Hart's handball was chopped off, Roworth off the ground. Clinton Shaw back onto his right boot, around the corner. Perkins fell over at the crucial stage. Colliger and also Harding running at it. Good play, Harding. Gets his handball away. Pack develops now. 30 metres out from the Bannockburn goal.
That was a great recovery. Ricky Harding ran pretty hard at it, didn't he?
Certainly did.
And trapped it in one foul swoop, which was good footy.
So it's going to be a ball up. The Tigers, they trail 2-1-13, Werribee 3-5-23. Entertaining first term here at Victoria Park. Tresize gets it down towards Connors and Harding. And another pack develops. Umpire Zeljevic on this occasion to come in and ball up about 40 metres out now from the Bannockburn goal.
Yeah, game's just sort of struggling a little bit, Jace, isn't it? Because of the pressure from respective sides. Umpires being forced to bounce down due to the desperation of both sides here at the present time, which shows on the LBW Chartered Accountants first quarter scoreboard. We're well into time on. It's 13 plays 23, and Werribee enjoying that advantage. Gary Tillman takes the ball out of the pack. Good little chip pass over the top, and has found Christian Shaw. Butch, he's no more than 40 metres out. Distance won't be a problem. Very handy goal this could be for the Tigers, as the first quarter is coming to an end, well into time on. Left foot drop punt, it looks pretty good off the boot, but I think he's hooked it slightly. He has. 1 point the result.
So 1-1 for Christian Shaw. And Bannockburn go to 2-2-14. They trail Werribee Central's 3-5-23 on the LBW Chartered Accounts first quarter score. We're close to siren time for the end of the first term here at Victoria Park. Kick in by Buck, elects to come members side looking for Luddick, and he takes a good mark overhead in front of Delahunt. A long way down from that full forward position he's been in, and it's not going to matter. That's the last action in this first term. And at quarter time, Bannockburn 2-2-14. They trail Werribee Central's 3-5-23 in an entertaining first term. The pressure in that last 5 or 6 minutes was great on both sides. And the goal kickers at quarter time for Werribee, David Matheson, Heath Buck and Robert Edgar have their goals, while for the home side, Christian Shaw and Matthew East, two of their prime movers in midfield, have their goals at the first break. Quickly run some better players for both sides in that first term.
Yeah, first of all, Bannockburn, they were very ably supported by Christian Shaw, the butcher. Kevin Connors, I thought, was terrific in the centre of the ground, well on top of Darlow in that first quarter. Another mention, Gary Tillman, creating some opportunities at half forward for the Tigers. Likewise, Paul Wentworth, the Chicken Hawk, never puts a foot wrong. A little unlucky on that clearance there earlier in that first quarter. Bounce of the ball was a bit cruel for him, but he's really defending very well. And as you mentioned, Matthew East, who's always a bright light out here for the Tigers. Werribee Centrals, well, you obviously like Barry Delaney, his quarter of football. And Baz was a good stalwart. I like Glenn Height. I thought his performance was quite handy for the Centurions. Likewise, Robbie Edgar, always very busy. Glenn Height, and of course Brad Spicer, who is always in the bottom of the packs doing the hard things for the Centurions. All in all, a pretty tight first quarter opener for round 7 GDFL match of the day. That was brought to us that first quarter by LBW Chartered Accountants. They'll take the stress and worry out of your life, and tax season's not far away. You'll find them at level 4 Commonwealth Bank Building, Mirrabel Street, Geelong. Give them a call on 52-216-111. LBW Chartered Accountants.
It's Werribee Centrals by 9 points at quarter time in the GDFL match of the day. Back with all the second quarter action after this on